Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel. It's been quite a while since I've posted. This is my first one this year, and it's very special because we have two awesome guitars to work on today, to listen to talk about. I do got to give a special thanks to my partners over at zzounds.com. If you haven't checked them out, they're a great alternative to Sweetwater. They allow payment plans, no credit check, and for musicians, like, our kryptonite is credit, sadly. But anyways, I'm here today. We came over not to hear me talk or spiel, but whoa, this is the Gibson 1950s. Now, actually, before I continue, I got to spiel about this. Zzounds did send me these two guitars. However, these opinions are my own. They did not tell me to say anything good. They did not tell me to say anything about them at all. I'm just doing this out of my own free will. Again, this is the 50s. Let's take a look at that color. Reminds me a lot about a lot of like Slash style. Gibson standard is a faded 50s, and we're going to talk a little bit of the differences between the two. So this is the 50s, and right here, right next to me, the 60s. Man, they look and sound great. I'm so excited to show you guys. So buckle up, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Again, check out Zzounds, check out these two guitars. They're awesome. It's nice to see you guys. Please like, subscribe. Helps the channel out a lot, helps me grow. I'm just under 3,000 subscribers, so it'd be cool for this year to hit maybe 10. I don't know. Wishful thinking, right? We'll see you. All right, guys, so up close, this is the Gibson 50s. We're gonna go ahead and dissect it. I'm gonna tell you a little bit what I like more about the other model, or this or that, which one I prefer most. But first of all, I'm gonna kind of go through some stuff here. So some of the differences from the 50s and 60s model. The 50s have this Gibson Deluxe tuners. They're like Kluson tuners. I remember back, they used to be Kluson. Some of my older Les Pauls have Kluson. These say Gibson Deluxe. I don't know exactly what happened there. I don't know the history behind that. So if you want to comment that'd be great. But they're just like Kluson tuners, look just like it. Look cool, give it a vintage vibe. Now, one thing that I did notice is the neck is a bit thicker on this guitar, on the 50s. It has a 50s neck, obviously it's gonna be a little bit thicker. It's not crazy thick where it's uncomfortable and annoying. You know what I mean? It's actually just a pretty nice chunk. You notice it, but it doesn't bother you. Okay, again, my opinion, my hands are actually relatively big. Believe it or not, you know what they say about guys with big hands, so cha-ching. But anywho, a bit of a bigger neck here. What I really love about both of these models, both of them have it, is the back. It is so smooth. The whole wood on here is so smooth. I love their curved edges here. It just makes it so comfortable to play. I mean, it is just absolute beautiful work of wood, of craftsmanship. We'll flip her over. We've got burst buckers. I believe both the two different guitars have different burst bucker types. Okay, they're both burst buckers. They're just slightly different. And again, you could find all of that on the links below. All the details there, all there. No need for me to repeat it. But yeah, these are burst buckers. They sound great. I'll show you what they sound like. And one other difference that I've noticed on this guitar is the knobs here. Almost forgot what I was going to say. Knobs. Okay, so we're going to look a little closer. They're elevated. I do like that a lot. It helps me get underneath and turn them real quick. So I do like that. So overall, this is a great guitar. And again, we'll listen to it in a bit. let's go ahead and check out the 60s model right here, right next to it. This one, we'll start at the top, has Grover tuners. Gives it a little bit of a more modern look. Personally, I like the look of the Grovers. However, the Gibson Deluxe tuners are so smooth. I mean, man, they're very, very smooth. These are still smooth, just not as smooth as the Gibson tuners. Both guitars have very good tuning stability. I haven't had any issues with that. So, you know, the tuners are doing their job on both sets of guitars. Now the neck here is thinner. It's almost like a shred neck. It is so good. I prefer this neck a little bit over the 50s neck. It is, like I said, it's just thinner. It feels a little bit better for my hands. Of course, our hands are different. But personally, I do like this neck a little bit more. The craftsmanship on the back is the same. You know, I think it's pretty much the same craftsmanship, just slightly different variations, you know, on the necks between the two guitars. We're gonna flip her over, and again, these are burst buckers, but a certain variation of burst bucker. Again, you can find that on there. Sound great. Both of them, honestly, they sound very, very identical. I think these are a tad bit hotter. It would make sense if this is a more modern version of the 50s, since this is the 60s. Okay, so I think these are a tad bit hotter. Let's see. Okay, so now the knobs here are different. They're not elevated like the 50s version, but they still feel great. They still have the markers on there, just like the 50s. I prefer actually the 50s knobs, believe it or not. I think I like how that they're elevated. I feel like I'm a little bit more control, but it's certainly not a deal breaker overall. Now, one thing that I have noticed that you won't be able to see, or you maybe not even be able to hear, but this guitar is significantly heavier. I don't know if it's because it's a certain model, or like, let's say, I don't know if it's a certain model, or if just by chance this wood is just heavier than the other. It is probably the case. But what gravitated me towards this guitar a little bit more over that one was the neck, yes, and also the weight. Okay, so those are two big things that really brought me over to the 60s, preferring the 60s slightly over the 50s. Just trying to get you some like really good shots here, man. It's prettier in person. I'm sure you're aware of that. You know, every time you see a guitar on camera, it's cool, but when you see it in person, it just blows you away. When I opened them up from the cases, it was just amazing. Speaking about cases, let's get to them. All right, so showing you very awkwardly, I'm going to show you the case that both of them come in. They're both the same case, actually. I think they're slightly different variations. Okay, again, you got that this red mesh in here. Very nice and fluffy, protects it very well. I have quite a few of these cases. And in here, this is the cool part, we get a lot of goodies. You get a Gibson leather strap. These are cool, by the way. They're very comfortable. We get a warranty information and a picture of the guitar. So this was a 50s case right here. There's also a goodie bag in here. I've opened them before. Let me see, I don't quite remember. Oh, that's cool. I never seen that. So we got a pickguard in there. Yeah, I've really never opened this before, guys. Let's see what other goodies. We've got, of course, owner's manual, cleaning cloth, and I believe a tool. Yes, a multi-tool. These are really cool. The Gibson multi-tools, really cool, very useful. I like putting one anytime I gig, and it saved me many times. Has all the Allen wrench sizes, you know, the whole shebang. So I'm going to go ahead and put all this back awkwardly while on camera. But you know that it comes with all this. It also comes with a key, of course, for you to lock up the case. So I'm going to go ahead and put all this back. And what's really cool is they add that photo for you. I showed it to you earlier, but, you know, just a little like, hey, I worked on this and whatnot. And again, the strap, this leather strap is very comfortable. It looks cheap, like just like that. But once you wear it, it's a very fine leather. And it kind of slightly stretches up when you wear it and when you gig. So that's pretty cool. We're going to check out the other case real quick, really awkward, just like this. All right, guys, so here's the 60s case. Again, it's the same thing. It sports the Gibson logo. You really can't tell the difference externally. Pretty much the same thing. We're going to open up here, and I assume we're going to have the exact same thing. We have the bag. I feel the pick guard in there. It's going to be all the same thing. We've got a baggie here for the humidity. And that came in the other case as well. I just think I threw it out. And, of course, we've got our Gibson leather strap. The picture. Let me see. There she is, just so you know. And the keys. Okay, so slightly different. And then, of course, our warranty card. It came in the other one as well. We just didn't really look at it. There it is. Very cool. So that's what all comes with your Gibson guitar. Not just a guitar, but a whole bunch of goodies. Really cool goodies. All right, guys, so now what we've been waiting for, we're going to go ahead and listen to both of these guitars. Kind of like an edge of breakup kind of tone. That was our middle position. I tend to really like the middle position on both of these guitars, but let's go ahead and try bridge now. Here we go. Going to the bridge pickup adds like a nice like edge of breakup tone. You get a little bit more output, a little bit more gain on there. Sounds pretty good. There's a nice bite to it, at least to my ears. We're going to go over to the neck pickup now. Here we go. I'm going to try to play pretty dynamically here. I'm going to lighten my picks or my pick attack and then go a little bit heavier for y'all. Okay guys, so here we are now with the 60s. We'll play this one clean as well. Again, this is my preferred one out of the two. It is heavier. You automatically know that, or automatically feel that, and I like that about Les Pauls. I like the heavier Les Pauls. It just, I don't know what it is, but I mean, again, it's preference, you know, everyone has their own preferences. So here we go. I'm going to play this clean. We'll start off with the middle pickup or the middle position, just like we did the other ones. Here we go. bridge. And we'll go over to the neck pickup now. Here we go. We're gonna start off with the bridge pickup. Let's see what tones we got here. Man, so one thing I noticed is that there's a lot of snap, particularly with the 50s. I feel like there's a little bit more snap. It could be the setup. Like I said, I'm just giving you honest observations that I'm having right now. So let's jump over to the middle position where we're using both pickups. I believe this is what they call the woman tone, and it sounds beautiful. Check this out. Yeah, I love that. And last but not least, we're going to try out the neck pickup here and see what we can do. I'm just making stuff up as I go. So here we go. Don't judge me too hard. Beautiful sustain. Overall, guys, this was the 1950s. Man, what a killer sound. Let's go ahead and check out the 1960s now. Here we go. All right, and here we are back to the 1960s. I did notice how heavy, right when I got it, how heavy it is. And I do really like that. Again, that's preference, my own preference. What you prefer might be different than what I prefer. I mean, should be different, right? We should have our own preferences here. So this is our Gibson. Les Paul 60s. Let's listen to this. I'm going to start off with the bridge pickup. Again, these are burst buckers, just a variation of, and all the details can be found down below. Let's check this out. Let's see what we can do here. Middle position now. Here we go. Did a little weird modulation there. Maybe by accident, maybe on purpose, you'll never know. And here we go. Here's the neck pickup. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I had a lot of fun putting it together. We've got over here the 1950s Les Paul faded, absolutely gorgeous guitar. On this side we've got the Gibson Les Paul faded 1960s model. Again, I went through all of them, all the differences, at least that I can tell off the bat. Please like, subscribe, go support zzounds. They were kind enough to supply me with these two guitars. Check them out. Of course, the opinions are my own. In the end, between the two, my personal like would be the 1960s. Although I do think the 1950s looks cooler. I love that color. I love it. It reminds me so much of like Slash style, like Appetite for Destruction kind of look. But this one is still just as beautiful, and there's just a couple of key components that I liked more on this one. Just a quick recap. I did like the neck a bit more, and I also liked the weight a bit more. I think the pickups are a tad bit hotter on this one. So, you know, playing a little bit of a higher gain music for what I do with country rock is pretty much in the realm of this guy right here. But again, you can't go wrong with either of them. Tell me which one you liked most. Tell me what you didn't like about each one. I mean, talk to me a little bit. I get lonely here, man. I'm stuck in a screen. Just kidding. That's a dad joke. Anyways, we'll see you guys. Please like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.